There are some really interesting birds visiting today. It's not parrots, like white, making this weird sound. Like a squeegee toy. So interesting to see different birds. So, if you're new to this channel, we are channeling higher consciousness. It is Jeshua, the Ascended Masters that we are working with. And we know that many beings are using the Ascended Masters and Jesus and by the egoic construct, it just seems so far, even for people in the spiritual field sometimes, because there are so many people that are pretending. We have a method of measure, but it's something that you can only measure yourself on the inside. That's how we have gauged where we're at, and we're looking at evidence within our own field. And we have been through enough experiences now. We also in our body's experience, we also didn't believe. That's why we were in a dualistic perspective. We knew that it was possible, the knower, but we didn't realize it through our body until now. Now we know how we realize things. We know how we put things to action. And it takes dedication. It takes practice. It takes setting up a space that your body feels good in. You know, it is about creating healthy habits. Habits of thinking, habits of processing information, habits of how to maneuver other people, habits of how to navigate your experience as a human being in a way that is different. This is a different system that we are introducing people to. It is the practical applications of A Course in Miracles. Many people haven't even understood the Course in Miracles. And it's not something to be taken so logically. You know, like it's meant to sort of free you from the logic, to make you see a different logic, not to hammer down on the logic that you already have and trying to, you know, there are many pitfalls that human beings can get into in consciousness and sort of trap themselves into believing all sorts of lies just so that they can feel better, you know? And what's that in truth? It's just that. Pretending certain narratives that fit with your own world view. But what is it doing in truth? Is it bringing you together with someone, or further apart, or more superficial? You know, it's like such interesting. It's like white with like the head is black or blue. No, black and red beak. Very interesting. Very cool. Maybe this is when we have to have like a camera here ready so that we can show you guys something. If this is going to be like all these different birds that are going to show up here, that's worth capturing. You know, it's different when you operate your body from the inside out. It's very different than to operate yourself as a brain. And the best you can do is combine both, but not be overly dominant in one or the other. But that can only be these flies. That can only be, it's not just normal flies. They bite, and they they sort of eat something on the skin or something, and they're, I don't know what the heck they're doing, but they're annoying as F, you know? And it's such a simple example, like this fly. You can have the knower, oh yeah, yes, I'm the teacher, yes, yeah, you should be behaving like this and like that, because then you are a spiritual master. But then the fucking fly is biting the skin of this human body, and like, what the fuck? Are you supposed to just take it? That's the trick, isn't it? You have to be cautious what these things are and what they're actually making you do. You know, it's not, you're not going to be a saint if you never kill a mosquito. You know, recognize what the mosquito is doing, set clear boundaries energetically to the best that you can, and of course, learn what it is about, but you don't have to take it. You don't have to just accept it. It's the same as just accepting abuse. No, you do something about it. Right? That's the appropriate thing when you are operating the body. Many beings are so caught up in being so superior and shutting people out. We've done this with spiritual information, thinking that we're better than, but it's, you know, this, we gotta just raise above all of that stuff, you know? And we have to look at the truth. We can't pretend anymore. Please, you know, at least acknowledge where you're at. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just that if you're pretending, then you have to deal with the pretending, and you're just spinning your wheels while you're pretending. Thinking, perhaps, that you're not pretending. We see this. People do this. And they don't think that we will see it. It's like, all right. People play these games and think, and they've done it for so long that they don't even know that they're doing it. That's the thing. People have done their habit for so long that they're sort of like, the habit becomes like a, oh no, but you see it happen again, I just did it. It's like, yeah, the habit needs to change. It's the only thing that it is. Everything is a habit. Everything is a habit. And so, it matters what you do. So, lessening habits that are a waste of time. You know? Like if you're dealing with people that can't see reality and don't recognize value when it's spoken, they're just not ready. Simple. And this is we can have all of these spiritual rules and but at the end of the day, we're not here to we're here to follow the body. And the body is Gaia in action. And sometimes that is getting in there and letting the bodies do what they want to do. That's the healing. Not to think your way into, it's just such a shame though. It's such a shame when people are talking themselves out of blessings. That's such a shame. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Talk yourself out of blessings. Because of fear of the past, because this had happened or that had happened, lots of scenarios. We get it. All of these things needs to be let go of before the new can finally show itself. So beautiful to strengthen this connection with yourself, But it's so important to equally see what you're doing in truth. Both are true, you see? Because we have to know where we're heading, but there's no point going or pretending to be somewhere that the body is not. That's what many people are going around. And then we look like a know-it-all. Or someone that is like, people see what they want to see. This is what we've realized. It's like people create the stories that they want to create. And that's just the way that it is. And of course, people are entitled to take as long as they want. But for as long as I have dealt with certain patterns, I don't feel like opening up to anyone that is not seeing clearly what it is that we're doing. Right? Because that will be a service. It's a service. And if that service is not valued, then there is no point. Because that's what the feminine sort of energy in women have done for centuries for the men. Nowadays you have all kinds of configurations here in order to balance that out, because that's what Gaia does. Gaia wants to balance out these energies. Gaia doesn't like these dualities, these overly this one or that one, and then coming together as a, It's truly about letting the body see what it wants to explore. It's much more about that. Because the body, once you allow it though, it's such a thing to allow that. They need some rounds of safety with that. You know, we totally get it. And that's what we're creating. We're creating a safe space for ourselves. What we need for our body to thrive. And we had this vision to exchange our car for a camper. And Gaia nudged us, and we are now in one. We still have some stuff to do, so it is a project, but it feels really good to have a home on wheels. It feels really cool. And now we have also been gifted with such a beautiful space to explore and to take these teachings to the next level. And of course it goes hand in hand with our own personal conclusions about life. So interesting birds. Oh yeah, they have sort of like a little black on the wing as well. This is healing. Listening to the frequency of live birds just talking. And this is not parrots. This is a different one. Really cool. Thank you so much for being here. We'll talk to you again in the next one. Ciao.